All right, so let's jump in here. I ain't gonna get into all the talking and narrative like we usually do, but the main thing here is we looking for some inside for setups, mainly on the 4 hour. And just for those folks who fairly new, who haven't really been on these calls before, I'm not really looking to scalp. I'm looking for like a half day, type of trade, maybe something I can be in for multiple hours at a time. And so that's kind of like the goal of the thought process. However, every stock that has a good setup isn't going to give you that. So you have to kind of know what you're looking at. Some stocks, they'll give you that strength to kind of run the entire day. Some you need to kind of plot out a target for. I think a good way for me to look at it is like small caps. I usually don't look at it as something that I can take for the entire day. They usually kind of respect those daily level broad information. So typically I try to target those as an area for those small caps. So, I mean, just looking at tickers and possibilities for tomorrow, I think one of the big things that I noticed was that we did have a lot of bullish like setups, or just overall, there was a lot of stuff that was kind of all over the place. So, there's really just the cause for confusion. So we just kind of, you got to really decide where you want to take yourself for tomorrow. I think, just simply put, I think it should be like 100%, thinking about the sectors that have been going the strongest. Sorry, I think a spider almost got on me. My bad, I'm tripping. Yeah, so, we need to be thinking about the sectors that have been bullish and kind of been going in force all this time. And those are the areas that we want to start with in terms of looking at plays for tomorrow, because the main thing is we want to
back up on the way, bro.
What's that?
Pardon me, I was just saying we got backup coming on the way. We're gonna save you from that spider.
Hell yeah, bro, that shit caught me off guard. But yeah. But nah, yeah, man. So we're gonna try to target sectors and tickers that are in sectors that have been giving us bullish activity. We want to find stuff that's in, that's in continuity, that we don't have to worry about conflict or price reversing on us or anything like that. We really want to be confident in what we're getting in and not really taking guesses. We want to get in stuff that we know are going in for us. So let's take a look. Let's just get into the tickers. Enough about all that theoretical. Let's see what we got. And if y'all got tickers, just drop them in the chat. We'll be able to get through them pretty quick today. And people on the call, so we should be able to get through these tickets pretty quick. There's a whole lot of them though on the inside 4-hour setup. So first one, let's take a look at Uber. Yeah, see, Uber looks good on the 4-hour. Obviously we've been kind of looking at the conflict that it has right now. So like that's the thing with Uber, is the macros are pushing to the downside. However, we were talking about it this morning and how like price had been pushing up. However, today it looks like price went to point of control and got rejected pretty violently. Actually, no, it didn't. I couldn't see. So actually, we got a 2 up on the day. I guess it was almost green. It was just slightly red. So, I mean, actually, it looks pretty decent for tomorrow. Typically, my thinking would be, just looking at the conflict right there. That may be something I kind of like hold pause to, but we've kind of analyzed this and we see kind of what's happening with Uber. So this one here, I would feel comfortable with kind of looking at if it triggers and taking a trade on. I think that, Uber has like continuation. I think that's pretty much what my mindset is for Uber. I'm gonna go ahead and set the alert on the 4-hour for this 212 for tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. But right now at this step, all we're doing is we're basically jotting down those tickers with the setups that we like, or the ones that look good to us, I should say. So let's go to okay. Let's keep rolling. Stem, fire, be big. A lot of the small caps I'm probably gonna look over, unless it's one that I'm familiar, that I play regularly. But for the most part, I'm really looking for some of these larger caps. We'll take a small cap though if it gives us a setup, but just kind of giving you my thinking. So we got, let's go take a look at Facebook. I haven't looked at Facebook in forever, so I don't know what their charts are doing. Yeah, Facebook looks like it maybe XLC, I think, is really what it is, because we took that target trade this morning or earlier today. So yeah, I mean, Facebook looks like continuation, had a 212 today. Looks like it'll continue to up tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it looks solid. Looks real solid. Similar deal on this one, 212 on the 4 hour. So another one, I'm gonna set the alert here for this one. What's our level? 219.97. 1990. Saba ranks. See what they talking about. Saba ranks. Okay. Damn, Saba at $40. Sheesh. All right. Let's take a deeper look here. It's got a really strong looking setup. Double. Got an inside day, inside 4 hour. Yeah. 2 up, failed 2 down on the month. Inside 4 hour, inside day. Saba looks decent. We'll see what those contracts looks like. But at least the setup looks solid.
Ford.
What's that?
Ford.
Oh yeah, we'll take a look at it. Drop it in the chat. Is Ford's got an inside 4 setup?
Yeah, and on the daily.
Oh, nice.
You don't count after hours, right?
Nah.
Right. Yeah. So it's an inside.
Perfect.
And it's about to go green on the week.
Is it still inside or is it 2 up on the week?
2 up on the week, but it's red. It's like kind of a doji almost.
All right, let me take a look. We got a 212 on Saba, 41.29. I'm still holding leaps in Ford. 129. All right, Saba's got some good setups on it. Take a look at Ford. Ford setup is fighting with this broadening formation. Looks like price rested on top of it today. Setup's okay. The inside 4 setup's okay. The daily setup looks better to me. But yeah, that's another potential. The thing I look for Ford is what discretionaries do. If XLY shows the strength it needs tomorrow, then yeah, I feel good. I would feel good about Ford. But you're gonna need XLY to push up. I don't think it'll have the relative strength to do it alone. So I think it's going to need that push from the sector. But you know, we're bullish long term on Ford. For double inside for double, well, inside day, inside 4 hour. So those triggers there, if they hit, I mean, four is one that pays very well on 0 days. So if you get the trigger and it moves in force, it'll do you right. I will say that. So monitor it. I think the inside 4 hour is giving you kind of like a mixed signal. So it's kind of like in between, but the day looks like it's just been flat really for 2 days, even though it was two up, two down yesterday. But yeah, Ford's decent. The big thing is that the rest of the sector is bullish. But yeah, I like Ford. That's one of my favorite stocks in the entire market. I'll say favorite, you know. We got QS, Oracle. Twitter did stay inside. Thank goodness. Ooh, QuantumScape. Again, we're seeing like tech. 312 QS. $17 on QS. That is crazy to me. I'm gonna put the level. I don't know if I want to play anything tech tomorrow. I will say though, Apple's been showing out this week, so if I was to go that route, that's probably where I'd be thinking more so than like QS. Let's see. So Chicago on the 4 hour. It's 2 up, it went 2 down. So tomorrow we're looking at a real strat on QS. Above 1785. Yeah. I'm not really sold on XLK, even though XLK is showing out this week and last week. So we may have what we need for these for these stocks to go. You know, you just kind of go in with no bias. So the setups are showing us what it's showing us. We only go on what we know to be true. So despite what I personally think, the setups are there and it's giving us that indication. So, you know, we can still get that move tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of tech on here. I'm not going to put every tech stock. I think this one right here, this Oracle's at the top of a broad information. I like the setup. The setup looks amazing. But just calling out the fact that you've got these two broad informations sitting right above its head. So just something to be cognizant of. But Oracle looks solid. You got entry on the 4 hour above 82.32. So Oracle looks solid. Solid as a mug. Let's keep going. Let's keep it rolling. What else we got on here? Oh, Twitter. Let's take a look at this Twitter. We're already in Twitter, so you know, I always like the plays that we're already in. When they have the setups on the 4 hour, we don't force it. We don't try to be biased, but if there's a setup that we can take on a trade we're already in, that's a lot better than trying to develop and look, you know, and do your due diligence on a new potential play. So just a thought. But we do have entry above 39.05, so we need about 23 cents in movement tomorrow for it to go 212, which is possible. Price it closed red, but you know we don't have bullish. We're not showing anything but bearish, I should say. We don't have any bearishness. So we just had a pullback in the afternoon candle, stayed inside. Twitter looks okay.
Hey, Earl, what play what play popped off for Twitter?
The May 20 $60 strike. FICO actually analyzed it, and I think I forget what he said the percentage was. But it was like $160 into, I don't know, I think it was like 7 bands or something like that, 6,000 or 7,000. It's kind of like the breakdown. So
Okay.
I think they were like 8 cents a contract, and so he was like he analyzed like 20 contracts, what that would look like. And so so there was like a target. I forget the target. I have it in my notes, but yeah, it was a long play for May, the $60 strike. There were some others like June as well as April's, but the $60 one was a sweet spot for a really high percentage. Granted that it hits the magnitude that we're targeting. But yeah, that was the play that FICO kind of crafted intraday.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, looks like BBWI Bed Bath. I don't know what the hell this is. It is BBWI. I know that. I know the company. Oh, Bath and Body Works. Yeah, I know that. Ain't nothing there on there that I would want to. Let me stop talking impulsively, but we got the inside set up on the 4-hour. If you wanted to take the trade, your entry point would be 49.91 on the 4-hour. And if you like the day, and I think the day was 2 up, so never mind. So it's 2 up on the month, but it's fighting with that broadening formation. So it looks like it claimed it today and it closed above it. So we could have that continuation that's needed tomorrow on this one. So just be mindful of Bath and Body Works, not Bed Bath and Beyond. And Blink, let's take a look at Blink. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I want to see, something like this. So we got Blink. That should tell us that field cell as well as charge point and plug should also have decent looking setups today, or for tomorrow, I should say. So yeah, we got a few different we got 2 triggers actually. First, we've got the Chicago on the 4-hour. I really like the way Blink looks. I ain't gonna lie, it's probably has piqued my interest the most out of the ones we've seen so far. 2690. And I say that because it's already in an area that we've targeted as reversing and moving to the upside. So I don't have as many questions about it as I would one of the other sectors. And that's mainly because those other sectors just are now starting to reverse. Whereas Blink and Charge Point and Fuel Cell, those have been part of our plan to reverse. So it's kind of like this is going according to plan versus we're trying to see what's really going to occur with price action on some of these other sectors. 1 or 2 weeks of bullish activity isn't enough to make me throw my port over there. So just kind of monitoring that. It'd be different. Like if we weren't hitting on oil and all that other stuff, like materials, then maybe I would be like, oh, I gotta find something else, but I'm cool. And healthcare also. That's the sneaky one. Nobody's been really talking about, but we've been in there for a few weeks now. So that's how we do. That's how we do in the pack. Let's keep it going. Blink, Wolf, Petco, and that Trump. Let's take a look at Wolf. Okay, Petco, not bad. And then let's take a look at Trump. Okay, looks like that Trump's kind of trending upwards, but slowly. Okay, let's keep it moving. Got space and silver. Yeah, see, Virgin Galactic under $10. Wow. That's crazy to me. We had some big trades on this thing. This one here is flagging. Oh, I don't know if it'll break the flag tomorrow, but that was let's set the trigger though. We won't know unless we set it. And I don't want to be talking about it after the fact, like, ah, we saw that, but didn't get in. That ain't gonna be us. Let's see what we got. 312 Chicago. Yeah, we got fat fingers tonight. Yeah, I like Virgin Galactic as a company. It may not be ready, but it looks like it's in the flag, and it's showing a lot of buying pressure, which is good. And this thing can rocket. When it goes, it will go. That boy Cam hit like 1,000% on this thing early, like when we first got in the pack. Yeah, man, this Virgin will do something. I'm tripping. 980. Okay, let's keep rolling. HSBC.
I don't know what this is, but West Pharmaceuticals. That look cool.
What's the ticker?
WST.
Okay. WST.
Green up on the month.
No, them. But they don't
I
have.
never heard of them either.
They don't have 0 days tomorrow though.
Oh, all right.
They only got monthly expiration, looks like. But yeah, the chart looks decent. It's like it's reversing on the macro.
All right.
We got ET and NVAX. Both of these should be decent. Probably NVAX looks better, but let's start with ET. Okay. Energy. You know what energy's doing. Today was kind of like this. Well, just depends on what ticker it was you was playing in energy today, because some of them went, some of them didn't. But yeah, on ET, similar deal. We're looking at like price hit product control this afternoon, kind of pulled down a tad, but it wasn't rejected very hard. So we got closed, maybe 2 cents below the open. So I would treat it, I wouldn't even look at it as a bearish like candle, honestly. I'll just treat it like like it's flat. What you really like to see though is this daily setup, this 212 on the day. So that's what I would be looking for more so than the 4-hour setup. And that's going to be above $10.27. So like 2 cents away would be your trigger point. And, you take entry above that. But yeah, I mean, ET looks solid, but go for the day trigger instead of the 4-hour on that one.
Vertex Pharmaceutical look good too. VRTX.
Oh yeah, I do know about them though. VRTX. Take a look at them VAX, see what these healthcare folks looking like. Primarily like our main areas we know we should have bullishness are in the sectors that have been going. So those should be like easy ones for us to identify. That's why this NVAX is like, we should know this one should be bullish just based on what its sector's been doing. And that is the case. So we got a couple triggers on Novavax. It looks like it's still inside on the week. So what you got here? 2 down, 2 up. So we're looking for a continuation there. Chicago on the 4, 122 on the day. And it looks like we got a failed 2 down on the month. Interesting. Okay. I'll set the trigger. I will probably look for some other healthcares over this one. 145. But yeah, this one looks good. If you like Novavax and you play it, then no worries. There's some other healthcare ones I'm already playing, so I'm gonna look there to see if those have setups, and I'll probably lean towards that. 147. 122 on the day. All right. 82.41. Let's do 82.38. Good work, good work. Let's keep it going. Did I see Tesla on there? What the hell? Affirm, Jamia, and then we're gonna look at Tesla. I'm gonna leave Affirm alone. But Affirm doesn't look bad at all, though. Affirm looks good. You know, a lot of magnitude to the downside, so there should be opportunity there. I'm just not trying to put everything down there. But Affirm looks solid. If you want to play it, I don't see no negatives around it, other than the conflict on the macros. But you see, we got the fail 2 down on the month. That's giving us the signal that prices, there's buyers present. So they should flip that one. I look more for a long play on that one, but buyers should flip that one to the upside at some point. Now we got Jamia. Jamia. So Jamia, we got the inside hammer on the 4. We've got the inside hammer on the day. Very bullish looking setup for tomorrow. We've got room on the week. Yeah, we bullish. Jamia looks bullish. I probably want to take it to this 1233 level. But Jamil looks like it's trying to push up, but everything is. So that's the part that you have to be cautious of. But yeah, Jamil looks solid. I'll set the alert just so I'll make note of it. Some of these I'm setting the alerts for informational purposes. I just need to be cognizant of them. Worried about the day trigger. I'm just trying to set the alert. Okay, we got HL, Tesla chart. I knew that charge point had to be on here. Tesla. Okay. I don't like the price of Tesla contracts for 0 day plus the delta theta ratio. So that's not one I'm going to play. We got $14 theta and 51 on the delta. We are upside down, hugely upside down. You know, it's going to take too much precision and accuracy for folks to play this, and I'm not going to put that onus on you guys. If you want to take it on your own, by all means, but I'm not going to alert it, not for no 0 day. It does have a 4-hour setup that looks decent. So it could work, but in terms of what we're looking for, we're trying to turn a little bit into a lot of bit. And Tesla, that's $1,000, $1,400 investment for one contract on a 0 day is not my idea of what we're trying to get accomplished. But there ain't nothing wrong with Tesla though. It's just the contracts aren't conducive to what we're trying to get accomplished on these 0 days. So just be mindful of that. Ain't nothing wrong with Tesla, it's just not a fit for what we're trying to do. Because I'm not going to put you in far out the money contracts and then try to catch the volatility and all that. No, we're not doing that. We need good, solid shit that we can afford. You know, you can buy the contract straight out. You ain't got to do all this tricky shit trying to buy 10%, 20% out the money just so you can afford one contract. That's not a winning proposition. This one looks fire. This charge point here, we're looking at a couple things on charge point. This looks good. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. Okay, charge point. Let's get it cracking. 1875 is our level for entry, or 1876. 18. That's a good level. 1872. Charge point looks fire. Usually when the clean energy stocks go, you should get some push from the EVs. That hasn't 100% been the case, but that's usually, or that's a likely scenario is probably the best wording, best way to say that. $18.95. Yeah, so we got day and 4-hour trigger set for charge point. Keep that one on your radar for sure, for sure. Philip Morris, only because they keep bringing it up every week, but yeah, I'm not gonna play that one. There's too much red in my, and too much blood in my eyes. So then we got Lyft, then Lucid. That makes sense. The EV should be on here with the clean energies, and when they're not, they kind of like raises a red flag for me. So Lyft outside day to day, created a 3. We got 2 down on the month. Reversal on the week. This week 212. Problem is with we crossed over the broad information and closed above. If we hold up tomorrow morning and don't go below this level here, is 38.84, we could be cooking with grease up to this $40 level. This one is one to keep your eye on as well. Typically we're playing Uber over Lyft, but you can't deny this setup. 38.98. Once you take this list, you're going to narrow them down once you start putting on broad informations, and once you analyze contracts, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to play this one over this one, or this one pays this and this one pays that. I want the one that pays better, or this one's in a shaky sector versus this one's been in a sector that's been going for months. So you start to weigh all that out as you kind of make your decision on what you're going to actually play. Versus, right now we're in the discovery phase. We're just trying to understand what's going on in the market from these charts. And Lucid was dying at one point, and now it's bounced back. Let me see something real quick. How did Neo perform for earnings today? Or yesterday? They ain't do nothing. So it didn't do anything. It's like a regular day. Okay. I want to set this trigger. I'm not as confident on the EVs as I am the clean energy companies. The good thing that we're, as I break this down, is that we've got a clear reversal happening, and we turn the month green. Looks like we should be setting up a 2-2 reversal on the month next week. So technically, if it was to indeed reverse, then you would be getting in at the perfect time. And if you did, that's great. It's just I'm in a little bit of a more I'm just not as trusting that we're bullish. I guess that's probably where my head is at. Like, I'm not trusting this right now. And that's okay. I can be wrong. I don't need to be right on that. It's just I don't want to invest capital right now in some of those other areas without a little more confirmation. It's kind of my thinking. So it's just that I'm getting overwhelmed with so many of them at once that it just tells me something's off. Something's going to happen and snatch them back, or at least some of them. They'll send 5 of the sectors bullish and then only let 1 or 2 actually stay bullish and the rest get pulled back or something. So just kind of thinking in that context. So let's keep it going. I just wanted to mark Lucid mainly because it's an EV stock and I just want to track that. Look at this shit, man. Like there's a lot of damn good setups. I mean, you got Best Buy as well, meme stock, but Best Buy looks good. You've got the Insight for setup 212, and then you've got a Rev Strat set up on the day, 2-2 Rev. You got the 2 down hammer shooter combo. So I mean, you've got what you're looking for. So, there's a lot of damn alerts that I don't want to have to go and chart. I'm gonna leave this one off. I don't like those stocks that's under $10 for these 0 days. They don't give me the juice I need, so I'm gonna leave it off. The setup looks amazing though. General Motors is a no. LLY laser. Eli Lilly. That's another healthcare. I'm not gonna play a new healthcare. If anything, I'm gonna play Abivai. Dun 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 dun.
Earl, you was talking about Myrna on the phone call today.
Yeah. I was feeling very good about XLV stocks for tomorrow. So yeah, I think Moderna should be looking good for tomorrow. Across the board, they should be strong. Moderna has a little more conflict than some of the others, but I think it's still going to be strong. Like you look at the continuity on Abivai, and you're like, okay, but I think that's kind of where my head was at when we were talking about it. It was like, oh yeah, I'm looking at this thing being very strong for Friday, and like in the case of Abivai right here, I just try to take it back to this broad information kind of deal. Short trade, maybe 200-300%, and I'm out. Yeah, that Moderna looks good though. 25. And we got the inside day set up 212. And you see it's just following this broadening formation all the way up. So we could, I don't know if it'll claim it. It's kind of orbiting it right now, but we'll see. That would be good if it claimed it and kind of broke above it. But we'll see what happens. 160.73. Two up. Yeah, let's see what else is going on in healthcare. MRK, Boss Gang alerted MRK. That one looks good too. We on our way. 212 on the 4 hour above 80.45. I'm gonna set that trigger so I can keep it on watch. 42. Uh-oh. looks like what we're seeing. We saw a little bit of communications earlier, but it looks like, you know, I'm seeing a lot of healthcare, clean energy. And clean energy, I guess you could just say industrials, which then, yeah, there's been other industrials as well, I've noticed. So I'm seeing healthcare industrials, a little bit of what's the other one I've been looking at? Oh, communications. There wasn't a lot, but the ones I did see, they look pretty good. And the others are kind of like meh. So let's keep going. Laser, then rocket. I'm not playing rocket anymore on 0 days, but we'll take a look at the chart though. Laser, I like laser. That's one of my favorite. Just smalls. The laser looks solid. The day, it didn't give us much strength on the day, but it's fighting the point of control as well as that broad information. And if we go look at the micros, looks like we're in a flag, or we're about to flag. So yeah, I think this one right here might actually flag a few more days before it breaks out again. But I like laser. I don't think it's ready for tomorrow. I'm not gonna set the alert for it. I'll let it be what it does. If it goes off, it goes off. I'm not concerned. What else? Rocket, RKT. All right. Again, Rocket has a very, very nice looking setup. Sheesh. The problem is that we are in conflict like a mofo. Everything from the week and up is red. Everything from the day and below is green. So who's gonna win that battle tomorrow? I don't want to be there, and I don't want my money to be there for that battle. So got double inside days, got inside 4 hour. I'll give you the level, and that is $10.90. You know, once it breaks above that would be your entry. And for the week, your trigger point would be 11.14. So yeah, like 25 cents would be the week trigger, a couple pennies away for the 4 hour, and 13 cents on the day. So you've got 3 triggers though on Rocket. Now that I'm looking, I'm almost obligated to like set these alerts. It's got multi-level triggers. I have to set it. That could be the catalyst we need for it to go significantly. But it has to make a decision, or I'll be in other plays. Like it can't fool around for the first hour and then decide to do that. Like I'll be focused on something else by that time. There's too many opportunities available right now, so I don't have to, you know, I can just focus on what I want it to be. Create alert. Let's go for the day. This one here is 11:02. Double inside day. Hold on. I messed that up. All right, there we go. Had my levels wrong. 2112. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. All right. I think I did have my levels wrong, but oh well. Who cares? We'll be fine. Z already got Abby by down. I'm gonna tell you, man. I've had Nokia on my 0 day list a bunch over the last year, and that fucker will not go off on Friday. Like it just won't. It'll go off a little bit, but it's like it always gives me heartburn. But it does have a nice looking setup though. Can't lie about that. Workhorse, it's really not high enough for me. I just don't want to go that route. Oh, LMT. I almost forgot LMT was even on here. We talked about it before the close of the day. This was an automatic. I just didn't set the alert when we was on the call. But this was one that we for sure were gonna set the trigger on. We talked about the contracts on the call being, I believe at the time, they were like $1, a little bit over $1 and change for one contract. Which, I mean, for a 0 day, relatively, it's on the higher end, but you know, to others that we play, but I think relative to like the stock price is pretty fair asking amount. Got the reversal on the week today, 2 up on the day. Yeah. Like he's a, you just want to catch it, get in there at the right time so you can catch the movement going up because it's going up. Waste management VLO. I don't like all that conflict. But the 4 hour looks fire. I bet you oil goes 2 up tomorrow. XLU. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Look at that continuity, boy. Ooh. That looks fire. XLU, inside 4 hour, very nice. NEE, already 2 up. SO. I want to set this SO. SO is usually not a 0. You know what? Let me see how many contracts they have on this week because it's usually not a 0 day type of stock. They don't usually have a lot of people at the party on non-standard weeks. So that was what I was expecting. So yeah, we're not going to play that one tomorrow, even though the setup looks fire. You got to let that one be. Now, if y'all want to play it by yourself on your own, that's on y'all, but I will not be alerting that one. Here we go, another communications. This is Disney. More conflict on the macros. Looks like the micros are trying to push up. I don't see a lot of buying on McDonald's. I don't know if I even feel confident. It could trigger, but then go down and go outside. I don't know. I don't have confidence in McDonald's, simply put. They're gonna have to do a whole lot to get me back on their bandwagon. All right.
That was Disney, right? DIS.
Yep.
All right.
Disney does. It just looks like there isn't enough buying happening. And then you've got Beyond. Beyond Meats actually is a good stock to have in your portfolio. That shit's gonna go up. There's too many health nuts out there. All right, so this one doesn't have an inside 4 hour setup, so I don't know how the hell it even made the scan. But what I do see is a 2 down hammer on the day. That's clean. Oh, hold up. Whoa. Oh, we in a volume gap? Say less. Yeah. All right. 2. beyond UNP, which is industrials. I'm just gonna look at it to see because it's the top holding in industrials. So I just want to see what it sets up. Okay, okay. All right. We may get some bullishness out of industrials tomorrow as well. I know LMT's in there, but it's not a large holding. UNP is the largest holding in there. This one's giving us a 4-hour looking setup with the reversal on the week, or the bullish continuation on the week, I should say. We got 212 on the month. Let's see the cat. John Deere, Scott brought information. John Deere is part of the 0-day alumni. We definitely smacked up on them. Real big play. I want to say 700, something 800, something like that. John Deere looks decent. FedEx, UPS. So FedEx, not UPS.
Caterpillar got some full time frame continuity, just right on the thing.
Yeah, Caterpillar is like actually really solid. I like Caterpillar. The 4-hour
Yeah,
setup,
did
it had the shooter on the day, but
they break the double inside day that they had going into today? They was double inside coming into this morning.
yeah, they made it outside down, so it created
Okay.
yeah, it ended up creating a shooter at the end of the day. So that wasn't a good sign. But I think it's just a volume gap that is fighting with. Well, it's a small volume gap, but I think but Cat's gonna push up. We might get short-term downside movement, then push up, but I think it's fine overall. I don't know about for the early morning setup that we're looking for though. I may kind of pause on that one. We had back-to-back shooters. But the good part about it is like Dimitri said, like it's already in continuity. So, you kind of look at it from the standpoint of, oh, price is gonna push back up, we've what 1, 2, 3. You see how these first 4 weeks have gone. So I just think it went to go test this broad information. Ran into some orders at this volume shelf, and it's just been sideways since. So I feel okay about Cat longer term, but I think for tomorrow I'll probably pause on it and let it kind of figure itself out a little bit first. But now Cat's bullish, and there's a lot of infrastructure money going to be flowing, so Cat should be a benefactor of that as well. Ford, yeah, we did. Yeah, we looked at Ford. It had the double inside. It had an inside Ford and an inside day, I should say, not double anything. MRK, did I set the MRK alert? I know we talked about it. Yes, I did. Okay. Piton, CSX, Pfizer. Anybody want to play Pfizer tomorrow? Don't everybody speak at once. Nah, the Peloton looks fire though. Can't be fronting on the setup. PFE. Pfizer. Came back under that broad information. I don't think I want to mess with it right there. I'm gonna let it figure itself out. Field sell, then SO. We already looked at SO. There wasn't no contracts. It's a common thing you should always check into. Well, if you don't have to worry about other people getting in behind you, then you're good. DraftKings, GLD. KNG, uh-oh. They're gonna give you all the good looking setups they want, but if you're giving me conflict with it, I don't know if I want to take that. GLD, CPB. Let's see what that chunky suit looking like. Chunky suit. OSTK. Too much conflict, brother. So I get to the point where I get real picky on the plays. Like if they don't give me continuity, if it's not showing me a clear reversal, if there is conflict, or if it's just a lot of bearish time frames, like I don't want no indecision. Like I want it to be a immediate confirmation for me mentally. Like if I don't get that, then I'm kind of looking at it sideways. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to be like, oh well, if it did this, it could do that. Like if I'm already lost if I'm doing that. Like what I'm looking at should tell me what's gonna happen. So sometimes you'll hear me like I'll be talking about something and I'm kind of like waffling, like, well, like those aren't the ones that you want to like have hold strong convictions with. XPair. Those are some of those lot. That's more like a lotto type of thought process. XPair, 2 down on the day, hammer. I think we got enough to where I'm not just gonna put stuff down just to put it down. XLP starting to show up a little more. So you got Pepsi. Yeah, see, this is one of mine, you know, so I don't mind those because I've already done the homework on it. So we'll start with the 4-hour trigger. 164.55 is our level for entry. So we'll just do 160.50. Is that a 312 or 212? 312. $164.73. Okay. Scan Pepsi. WBA. Slum. WBA and slum. Slum. All right. Buddha Alliance. A lot of damn conflict, Buddha Alliance. I don't like all that. I don't like all that, Buddha Alliance. What y'all doing over here? 47.43 is take the wheat back green. I'm gonna leave Buddha Alliance alone, even though I think Buddha Alliance is gonna actually turn that candle green tomorrow on the wheat. And we'll have like a outside wheat green. But like I said, I think we got enough where I don't want to just add to be adding. That has enough conflict for me to rule it out, SLB. Because again, we're already in staples. So if I'm play something else additional in a sector I'm already in, then there's got to be like a slam dunk. Like I got to know. I don't need any kind of indecision or indecisiveness. So Moderna, Kroger, yeah, these XLPs starting to show up now. Moderna, again, we talked about it. 4-hour setups and the day setups were the best looking ones. We're in the midst of a reversal, looks like, for healthcare. So there should be some conflict anyway. 180, 37. Oh shit. What am I doing? 80. Like I had to put Moderna because I always like bring it up, but I never put it on my list. 6. Okay. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna just knock out a couple more and then I'm gonna go through the chat, see what we got. I know, sometimes we will look through some of those already, but it's the spot 20. Not playing that. That one either. Let's see. Veil, NLY, BBBY. We could look for Veil for continuation tomorrow. That would be my expectation for the stock, regardless of what this 4-hour setup looks like. So don't know if you want to get the 4-hour or if you just want to get something with a little more time on it on Veil, because it's going to keep going up. But yeah, so just be mindful of that. Last time I played Veil on a 0-day, it went up the entire day. It was up a couple percent, but it slowly went up. It drug up the whole day, so I didn't make any money on those contracts. I think I ended up selling out at like 60% because I had to leave, and I was pissed because I was in that trade for a long time for that 0-day, and it only gave me 60%, so I was pissed. That was a waste of my time. Like I would have rather just not even taken the trade. Because I don't get on this call and do these 0 days for 60% trades. That is like poor. So I was not happy with the last time I played Veil on a 0-day. So I have stuck to my loans with Veil NLY. Yeah, too much conflict. I don't need to play it. I don't need to risk my money over there. Let's take a look at MO and then Netflix. Flicky Flicks. Okay, MO, gap down, bounce off the Browning formation. Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing, MO? Okay, I see you. I see you, player. I'm gonna throw you on there. Throw your little alert. I see what you're doing, what you're trying to do. 52.6. 212 on 2.6. 2. 52.68, 52.68. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I'm good on anything else. I do see Procter and Gamble, John Deere. I'm gonna scan through a couple of those. We already looked at Caterpillar, UPS, PG. Yep. Well, we talked about this on the call before the day is out. I know 3 of the leaders, me, FICO and Boss Gang took entry like on Wednesday. On this,
I'm in there with you.
Yeah, so they got in before me. I waited on the week trigger, but they're up. They should probably be up pretty nicely. But yeah, so that that's what we're looking for. That's one of the ones I commonly play. I had to play PG at least 5 to 7 different times last year, and I'm holding mine for good periods of time. So it's one I'm very comfortable playing and familiar with. So, the expectation is kind of what we discussed, but so yeah, I'm gonna set the trigger for the 4-hour. I don't know if I'll take it versus other ones. We'll have to see. This one does meet the criteria, and it's well within well within my my wheelhouse to take the trade, but I think this may be one of the first times that PG has even made the 4-hour watch list. And we don't hardly ever see this one on this list. And you can tell it's late because my typing is horrible right now. I'm skipping words, everything. All right. And then on the day, we got the 1-2-2 setup, which would be very good if it did that. 151, 52. That's my level. 1-2-2. Okay. John Deere, Roblox, Amazon. I'm not looking at those. Roblox and Amazon I'll look at though. Amazon's got the 4-hour setup. Go ahead and test them waters. I'll just buy long on, I mean, for me, my thinking with something like that though, I'm just gonna buy long on it. Back, nope. But back looks like it tried to make a I tried to make a little hammer at the end of the day. Price didn't do nothing. So then it looks like we got a bunch of oil in the red area. So a bunch of oil, DVN, MRO, CCJ, Nike. What did I look at earlier that was red, but the 4-hour was banging? I think it might have been Fubo or Futu, one of them. Wasn't Fubo. It sure as hell. So I was off on both of those. I don't know. So with that, I'm gonna jump into the chat and see what setups y'all looking at. See if we can comb through those real quick. I'm just scanning to see if there's any tickers I might want to pay attention to. CLX, HD. All right, cool. Let's keep it rolling. I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down. Yeah, cooking off oil and metals. That's pretty much like what it is, nerd. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. Let me drop this scan on you real quick. I was trying to get through the tickets as fast as possible because I know it's late, and I see some of my East Coast brethren are on here. Y'all some troopers. Y'all some G's for that. Yeah. This is the inside 4-hour scan. There you go. I just dropped it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, we looked at that. Did we look at? No, we didn't look at Coke, huh? Let me take a look at Coke. Yeah, Coke's continuation for tomorrow. That bad boy is going up. Well, you know, I felt bullish about it all this week, though. Yeah. Coke is going up tomorrow, 2 up. I don't see no reason why it wouldn't, unless they gap Staples down or something. That's the only thing stopping that from going 2 up tomorrow. Tesla. We talked about Tesla, but just to kind of break down the trade, you've got the inside 4-hour. Target for entry would be 10-18-41. If you were to look for a day trade, which I would not recommend unless you're buying time on it and day trading that contract, but to buy a 0-day tomorrow, you need to be high-level expert to be executing those. And then on the day, you've got a 2-1-2 above 10-24-49. So it's about a $6 difference in trigger points on the 4-hour and the day. But again, the charts look good. I mean, they're moving up. However, the contracts for those 0 days are trash, like super trash. So just be mindful of that if you're trying to enter Tesla tomorrow. that 0 days, they have very bad delta on them right now. So if you get one pullback, 1 minute, 1 minute candle, it's going to destroy those contracts. So just be mindful of that. Did Twitter trigger during the call? Yeah, we already in Twitter. Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah, I thought it did. Just had to make sure. Oh, Marie, you up working tonight? You at the hospital? How about them good gas stocks? You talking about that good gas? Haha. Let me check that out. Let me check out weed. See what we doing over there. Weed. All right, we got the Dropbox. You know, I have a special place in my heart for Dropbox. I really like Dropbox as a company. That boy Boss Game VIP, know all about it. Yeah, Dropbox look good for tomorrow. Let's go 212.
I got a thought on that one, resume
Go for it.
on Dropbox. So I got it's had a broad information right now on Dropbox. And it pushed up in the like I guess at the end of February. And then it made it 2 down, 2 up on the day. So on my day chart, I got that 2 down, 2 up on the day chart. And it's had 9 green days in a row. I had set a trigger this week above $23.13, which was the 2 up. And it triggered the 2 up, which is right at that broad information. And then what it's done is when it's been green every day, and now I got the inside day set up. If it triggers the day, the target is $24.25.
Yeah.
Which that's a thou wow.
Yeah, at that,
So,
at that level.
Last Friday, when it went up, on last Friday, it went 2 up on the day and went over $1. Last Friday, off the 2 up day.
It's fire. Yeah. Ooh. See, that must have been this candle here from last week. Yeah, it went bonkers last Friday. Sheesh. Yeah.
So
20.
so it's crazy. I like the other stuff better that we're in. Like I love Merck, healthcare, a lot of good targets, but this is just one as far as just the overall setup.
Yeah.
Is you know the risk reward, the price, that kind of stuff. Right. It's inexpensive. Like it's 1,000%. Easy.
Right on. Yeah. Okay. Nah, good stuff. Good stuff. I like that. And you know, I like Dropbox anyway. So you know, that was like.
Yeah, we play Dropbox a lot, and on Fridays we've got a ton of Friday pops on Dropbox in the past.
Right. Okay, Aaron was Twitter and early entry. You look at the 39. So the level that there's a couple different levels folks were looking at. We had the 212 on the day. I think a lot of folks were paying 22 rev on the day. And I know a lot of folks were looking for that, as well as the 2 up on the week signal. But yeah, so now as far as the 39.10 level, I'm not sure what that correlates with. But no, that's fine. If you got a level set that you want to take entry on, that could be you're looking at the month trigger, the 2-2 rev on the month trigger. Yeah.
All right.
No, that's fine. That's not a bad level. The problem is, well, not even the problem. There ain't no problem with it at all, actually. Yeah, so you just got 30 cents to go. I guess the thought is, do you want it to trigger now? Do you want it to trigger next week? But yeah, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with Twitter. If we are correct, then this could be a multi-1,000% trade, just across the board. We'll see.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. PFE. Yeah, Pfizer likes to hit. The healthcare has just been hitting on Fridays. Shoot, I know I played Abivi a lot on Fridays the last few weeks or month, and J&J had a crazy Friday a few Fridays ago. Pfizer, because my wife was in Pfizer, so I have been tracking that one as well. Yeah, so yeah, Pfizer's been fire too. I really like what Pfizer's been doing. They kind of surprised me, but they exceeded my expectations is probably the best way I can say it. Okay, so let's keep rolling. AMD, let's take it. AMD. Oh yeah, this thing's bullish. This one's smoking. This one could this bumping good gas right here. No wick on the end of the 4-hour candle. I don't even think there's a wick. Yeah, ain't no wick on the day. Oh yeah, you cooking with grease. This one right here it should be 2 up like instantly tomorrow. Would be my expectation. But yeah, this one looks good. The only thing that's gonna hold up most of these is if there's a gap down or some, excuse me, of some sorts. But you know, just stop moving off regular price action. These things are going up.
Hey, Resume, on that one, I was looking at the target being 124.29. Would that be somewhat correct for a 0 day going into AMD?
Our current price is 120.53. I would say that's kind of just based on the dollar amount or the underlying price you called out. I think that's a little ambitious, but it's not out the realm of possibility. I mean, I think you're looking at like a 3%, 3+% move. So it's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
I think what we're looking for are what does that translate to the contracts?
Well, currently right now on that contract, I'm up like 22%. And you know, because I was kind of looking at how everything was running. Actually, I was looking at it on a day. I was looking at the 1 second. I think I had a 2-2 on the day, and so I was just thinking like, well, maybe might hit that next high, which, well, actually now that I'm looking at it now, what you saying that I'm seeing what 119? No, not 119. What's the 121 might be 121.56 might be a better target instead, give or take.
Yeah, 121.56, that's $1. I mean, yeah, it could eat that up pretty quick. I even think like it could probably take out the next pivot to the left, which is that 122.43 on the day. That's probably the more of the realistic target on a conservative side. That's one you can bank on more so than like a $4 or $5 move. And you know, as far as like AMD, when I say that, I'm referencing the 0 day contracts.
Okay.
Because the underlying movement and how the contracts move don't correlate equally. So you know, and this is just learning, but each sector the stocks within each sector, we know they have different behaviors, obviously. And then along with that, the contracts for each behave differently because they have different Greeks, all these different factors that go into them. And so that changes their volatility as it relates to the underlying price. So some stocks, some tickers, because they may be dividend stocks or things of that nature, defensive stocks, they aren't intended or designed to go a lot on the underlying price. However, those small incremental movements day to day on those type of stocks sends the contracts ballistic. That's one of the reasons we like XLP stocks so much, is because they don't have to go very much. People say, oh man, Coke only goes 50 cents a day, but do you know what 50 cents will do to those Coke contracts? 50 cent on an apple ain't shit. That ain't gonna do nothing to an Apple contract, but 50 cent on a Coca-Cola contract, that's a big deal. And so people have to understand that in the relativity. So that's what I was referencing, was more so how do those 0-day contracts, how do they reflect off that underlying percentage move? Because what I would do is I would take the contracts I'm looking at for AMD, I would throw them on the analyze tab, and I would see how much they would pay me out based on the price levels that you called. And then I would just kind of calculate to see what that percentage breakdown is. That a 3-to-1, 5-to-1, kind of trade. Because we're looking multiple 100% trade, like low end for this, like, because this is high risk, so there should be high reward. And so when we're looking at these, we're looking at 100, 200% on the low end, on the low. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
we're looking at precision as like key for these types of trades. So what my steps would be if I have those price targets in mind and I'm considering it as an option, I would go analyze it, see how much they're going to pay me, kind of make a note of that ratio of like what the money's going to do. And then I would compare others that I'm looking at on my list and do the same steps for those, and then see which ones pays the best ratio. And don't get your heart set on one or the other. It's really about which one's going to give you the most money. So that you're already in AMD. So like, I think overall mine is just more of like a methodology for 0 days, because you're already in. But that would be the thought process that I have for 0-day contracts. If you got further out next weeks, next months and stuff like that, that's no big deal. But for the 0 days, we want to make sure we're analyzing those contracts, because the underlying movement isn't a clear indication of what the contracts will do. So it'll throw you off. I've had people not play sectors for years because they say, oh, the stocks don't move that much in that sector. Like to this day. So I always encourage people to kind of take a little peek behind the curtain, and you'd be surprised, like 30, 25 cent, went 300, 200% on the contract. And you're like, what? How? So that's just a little sauce I wanted to add to that. But I think with AMD though, you're going to be sitting pretty tomorrow.
That's the most underrated part, Resume.
Oh yeah.
So before I even brought up the play, I already knew what the percentages were before I even brought them up. Yep. If that makes any sense. Like that's what matters.
Exactly right. You once you know that, then you can go and make educated decisions. You can look at another sector stock or another ticker and be like, you know what, that ain't even worth my time.
Max.
This one right here paying this. Why would I go over there? They're gonna give me $5 for every dollar I put in. This one gonna give me $2 for every dollar I put in. I'm gonna go with the people who give me $5. Like, it becomes real easy to make that decision then. If all things considered equal, you in the right sectors, you got continuity, all that kind of stuff. And then it boils down to like, who's going to pay you the best? And that's what I would want to, that eliminates the bias piece of it, because that money factor will outweigh your bias. I don't care how strongly you feel about something. If you see something that pays 7-to-1 and the stuff you want to play is paying 2 or 3-to-1, the bias out the window immediately. Gone. See ya. You have just been baptized in objectiveness. Like that's it. Like,
wow.
like that's how that analyze tab would do you, bro.
Man, I appreciate the wisdom, man. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's funny because I'm actually running everything through TradingView, so I definitely need. I mean, I got an account with to the Ameritrade, so I need to start really stepping up and getting into the charts. It's just kind of
and with that, I think just like for me, I don't trade. I don't do any executions on TOS. I have an account just so that I could chart on it and use my scanners and stuff. But I haven't taken a trade on this platform in over a year.
Nice.
You know, it's a tool for me. So you know, so yeah, you can do that. That way you're in alignment with all the scanners and scripts or whatever else, you know, you want to set your chart up. But I know we got a bunch for Trading View as well. So it's just an additional tool. So you know, you don't have to like change up your whole trading everything. You can still execute how you execute, but
Bet.
yeah, so no doubt, no doubt.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good question. Good question. You brought a good dialogue out of that. So that was fire. And yeah, Cam, damn, killed it on that sundial. Oh, you at the crib, Marie? That's what's up. You say you gotta find you a play. Right on, right on. Yeah. Cool. Well, shoot. I think that's all the tickers we done ran through. If we ain't got nothing else, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I'm gonna make me a little midnight run to the clinic, grab me a little vegetables for tomorrow. And shoot. Oh, yeah, let's check out CLF. I'll check out CLF real quick. We didn't even look at no materials except for Vail, honestly. But we already knew what they was gonna do. That's probably part of it too. But yeah, Browns, ain't much really to say about this one, man. Sheesh. I just say if you're in short, well, I don't know. Well, I'll just say this: the next target or next broadening formation is this blue one you're looking at. That's around $35. I think I was like 34.40 was the day's level, so it could be slightly above that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm looking at $35 range on CLF. Is it really? Hold on, let me go back. From 2013. Holy shit. Let me go back. I would have to. What time frame is the gap on? Is it like a month, quarter gap? Because these year candles ain't gonna give it to me.
Hold on, let me find it. It's on a daily. I had tried this a while ago.
Oh.
Hold on, I can tell you the exact date. It has a gap all the way to 35.90 from February 12th, 2013.
Oh, okay. How did you find that? Wow.
Because I charted CLF like last week.
Okay.
So I was going back and I was like, I gotta find the gaps. I was just like, so I went back and I was like, oh, there's a huge gap on this chart.
So you said 2013.
February 12th.
February 12th.
I see it. I see it on.
Oh, this thing is still updated. Why is it kicking me back?
Yeah, so yeah, gap up to about 35.
Mhm.
What was the date again? Sorry.
February 12th.
February 12th,
Actually about 36, right?
Yeah, it's at 35.90.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Boom. And where we at currently? 32.67.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. What do you know? Bing bong. Wow. It take years to fill some gaps. Wow. Okay. And the bottom of this gap is 35.90. Okay. Well, there you go, folks. That's dope.
Where's it start at, resume?
It starts at 31.20 and the gap closes at 35.90.
Wow, good find.
Yeah. Excellent find. I'm going to.
I like that. You zoom out on the chart. I like that. That's how you get the real picture.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how you get the
fire.
real picture.
That's fire, Marie.
So, what's that back? So 10 years back?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Sheesh.
But that's how you find, but I'm just telling, that's how I always tell people, that's how you find stuff that other people don't see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's elite right there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a level.
Yeah, that would explain today's price action because
Yep.
they went way over their ATR today.
Yeah, it literally hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 price targets that I had, what busted through them. And these are prices from like 2014, 2015, like busted all of them today.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they did almost $4 today. They don't never move that much.
Never. Like, yeah, it was unheard of. All right, cool. Where we at?
Hey, they hit them key levels. This a wrap. Especially if it's year. I always say that the bigger, the tighter squeeze, bigger the bust. When it start hitting those year levels, like gaps from over 10 years, man.
That's
stupid.
It's gonna go rocket. You know what? I mean, that might be the one we need to play tomorrow. Fuck everything else. We ain't got like that. Like shit. Hey, that got me feeling a certain type of way right now. Like, oh, okay. Let's see what y'all doing. That was a great find. That made my night right there. That's fire.
Because literally the next daily level to the left is the gap fill, and then the top of that candle, which is 36.90. That's the next daily level.
Shit. I like that.
Those are broad. So those are the current. Do you know those are the current broad informations?
Yeah, when I saw Earl posted, it was around
The
35
top and bottom of the broad formations on Cleveland Cliffs. That's what those are.
Yep.
That gap are two broad informations.
Mm-hmm.
Current broad information.
That's interesting.
So what would be a trigger for tomorrow then, Earl? For a 0 day.
So if we were looking for tomorrow's trigger, you got a couple options. You take continuation on any of these time frames, or you look intraday, try to find something on the hour, 30 minutes. Maybe you get like a short term, like a little quick snap down and pull back up, which happening around opening. So you could find one of those. But me personally, I probably look for a TTO.
Okay, and put some time on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd probably target $36 and
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. No problem. You telling me my gap fill 35.90. I know exactly what my target needs to be. It could go higher, but I think it's giving us.
Yeah, and then they got upgraded this morning by JPM from 37 to 44.
Yeah, they probably found that gap too. Like, oh no, there's a gap.
Yeah, I saw that this morning as well. Actually, resume. I know you would talk about analyzing contracts. Yeah, and I had took FICO's course on doing that, and I was in the play and I got out of it early, and that thing hit my target. And I think it was the contract percentage was going to be like 290, but I ended up getting out of it kind of quick because I saw the money. I was like, oh shit, I don't want this to fall back. So, right. But that's good confirmation just the same. So,
oh yeah, no, this is good. This is real good. It's all good news for us. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you I'm glad you had me look at that, bro. That's fire. Hell yeah. Well, shoot, man, I'm gonna let y'all get to it. It's like 2:30 over there in NY. Y'all some G's. But I'm gonna let y'all go, let y'all get some rest. Man, I'm gonna be looking at CLF tomorrow real hard. I think there's actually a number of others that look really good. Boss Game brought up the Dropbox. We see Staples trying to show some strength. Healthcare, we know, is showing strength. So we got a number of those. We did see industrials today make a strong move. So there's a few in those like LMT that look good. And then clean energy stocks. So industrials like Uber and Lyft and LMT, those look solid. Healthcare. And then you had the clean energy ones, but those are all industrials as well. And I think there was a few small caps mixed in, like Jamia, Sava. We did see Facebook on there, but I ain't really like tripping off Facebook too tough. So don't know if I'm really keen on them right now. But I think it's industrials, healthcare. We know materials are bullish. Oil relatively is bullish. There's like half and half on the setups. Like some look really good and then some look like meh. So, that could be the day when oil goes off, when it does that, when it gives you an ugly looking setup. So anyway, I think that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Stay high and tight, stick to the script. I think CLF may be the wild card. We know information that other people don't. So if this thing goes off tomorrow, we need to take advantage of it, call it out. You see entries, trigger points, all that good stuff. It looks like it's flagging actually on the micro. So CLF may be the one for tomorrow. It went off today as well. So I think we know where we need to be tomorrow. Set your alerts, be ready to rock and roll. And we'll be on bright and early, me, Boss Gang. FICO will be on super early, ready to rock and roll. Let's bring a friend day.
And Resume, I just wanted to add one more thing about WBA. I didn't get to throw it out when you mentioned it, but I was looking at it on the 4 hour, and it's been squeezing for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 weeks now on the 4 hour WBA.
Yeah, that thing looks good.
Yeah. All right. But everybody have a good night, man. Thank you so much, Resume. Appreciate you.
Of course, man. Anytime. Y'all get some rest, man. I'll catch y'all in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, WBA, boy. Yes, sir.